Hey everybody! I'm here today to talk to you about 8 things to do after your first driving lesson. That's right. After your first driving lesson, you might just want to relax, but honestly, you should do these 8 things, each of these 8 things, not necessarily in this order. Most of them are in order, but some of them are sort of out of place. But honestly, all of these things won't take you long, but after your first driving lesson is specifically, and especially your first driving lesson, you should do these things. Some of them can apply to other driving lessons too, but definitely after your first driving lesson, definitely you want to do these things, okay? So let's get into this. I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. Number 1 is to thank the instructor. That's right. Your instructor, literally, you got to think about this. They're in the car beside a person who's never driven before, basically, who's never had a driving lesson before, and they're letting you drive. So thank them for their courage, okay? Do that. Number 2, ask any questions that come to mind. You want to take a few moments, think about any questions that you have about what you learned and ask those questions, because it'll be much easier to get those answers now than it will be next week, next month, a few months from now, whatever the case is, or researching it on your own. Ask any questions that you have. Number 3, immediately replay the skills in your mind. So, obviously after you get out of the vehicle and you're back in your house or wherever you're going and you're sort of relaxing, you want to immediately replay all of those skills in your mind, because it's like studying for a test. You are studying essentially for your driving test and for learning to drive for the rest of your life. So replaying those skills will just ingrain them in your mind, okay? Number 4, make notes of the important stuff. So get a sheet of paper, get a pen or pencil, and just make notes of the important stuff, whether it's a visual diagram, whether you're drawing a road sign, whether you're just writing worded notes, make notes of the important stuff, okay? Number 5, research the stuff that you learned. So if you learn something and you want to learn more about it, which I highly recommend that you do, go research it. So let's say you learned about acceleration, then go research it. Probably like you're doing right now. You're watching this video, so probably similar to what you're doing right now. Research some of the stuff that you learned. It'll greatly help you improve your driving for your next, time that you drive, for your next lesson, and just in general, right? You're going to be driving for the rest of your life probably, so you want to build up that driving skill. Treat it like walking. You want to learn how to walk properly. You want to learn how to drive properly. It's that important, I think, okay? Number 6, schedule your next lesson. So obviously you want to schedule your next lesson. I always recommend that everyone's different, everyone's scheduling is different, but I always recommend that you leave at least a minimum of a few days between lessons. You want to try to avoid doing one lesson to the next, from one day to the next. Some people recommend that because it's good, like to reinforce the skill. But if you have the ability to practice driving at home with your parents' car, with another licensed driver, whatever the case is, then you want to use the opportunity for the lessons to help you grow instead of practice, right? The driving lessons, I think, should help you grow as a driver, and then your practicing outside should help you, practice that growth that you've made, okay? So think about that. Schedule your next lesson is number 6. Yeah, number 6 was schedule your next lesson. Number 7, practice more if you can. I kind of already went over this, but practice more if you can. You want to get as much practice as possible in. For myself, believe it or not, my dad helped me at the beginning of when I learned how to drive. My dad was sort of giving me, I was taking driving lessons, but my dad was letting me drive at the beginning. He let me drive a few times with him, but he's generally I think he was a little bit nervous and scared, and I don't blame him, because look at my energy level. Can you imagine me as a new driver, right? So my mom, literally we were at the point where I think my mom was letting me drive, 2 nights a week for half an hour each night. And then as we got closer to me taking my licensing test, it was every night. She was letting me drive for 15, 20 minutes every single night. Yeah, so practice more if you can. Honestly, practice is the most important part of learning to drive. And lastly, number 8 is to think about what you want to learn next. Now, most driving instructors are going to have a syllabus. They're going to have a syllabus that they're going to have to follow. So they're going to know what they're going to want to teach you next, but there's always a little bit of room for movement and flexibility. So if you know what you want to learn next and you can tell them that, then maybe they're going to try and incorporate that into your next lesson. That's it. Those are 8 things to do after your first driving lesson. If you like this video tutorial and hopefully you want to learn more about driving, maybe you've seen my other driving videos, then please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below. And sorry, I called it a video tutorial. It was kind of a tutorial. It's kind of an explanation, a little bit of both. So anyways, if you like the video, whatever kind of video you want to call this, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment, and of course be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.